Morning guys, how you doing? You alright? Yeah, just on a break, mate. So there's a lady that I know, her name is Jean. I've known her for a few years now, well, at least 10 years or so. And basically last night, Jean asked me, you know, what is the Christian communities, what is it about? And she didn't fully understand it. Now I'm actually making this video in response to Jean, but at the same time I thought I might as well make this video not just for Jean but for all of you, because some of you guys may be new here. I was going to directly respond to Jean by DM, just learned what DM means, direct message. Heard them on the radio saying DM, DM, DM. It's like, what is DM? And then I googled it. Direct message. Yeah, so I was going to respond to Jean like that, but then I thought, well, I'll make this video because some of you guys may be new here and you may not understand what the Christian community is about. Right, cool. Okay, so first of all, as you know, my name is Dan Shelley. We may not know that, but that is my name, Dan Shelley, and I set up this YouTube channel, Dan Shelley 777, at the end of 2015. Originally, I set up the YouTube channel to share my testimony and to evangelize, but then I started to receive dreams and visions, okay? And I prayed about it at the time, and I felt our Lord tell me to share it onto this YouTube channel. Look up Acts 2:17 in the Bible and Ezekiel 33. Look them both up, read them exactly as they are, and pray about it, okay? That's what I feel that I am doing here. So yeah, I was sharing my dreams and visions over the last 5 years, and I saw lots of dreams and visions of lots of disasters, natural disasters and end time stuff. You know, so asteroids hitting the Earth, meteorites hitting the Earth, huge, massive tsunamis going all over the place, war, darkness, you know, cannibalism, violence, just horrific stuff. And I shared it on here to warn you, this stuff is coming, you know. And I mean, a few years ago people were sort of like ripping my head off over it and saying all sorts of horrible things and stuff, but now it's getting more clear. See this? Can't hide this, can you? It's real. This stuff's happening and it's coming and it's only going to get worse. And it really is. And it's serious. So in 2016, the summer of 2016, well, actually going back further in my personal life, I've known about this stuff since I was 14 years old. I'm now 34. Do the maths. Yeah, it's a while, man. Now I take absolutely no credit in the world whatsoever, not at all, for what I'm about to say. In the summer of 2016, our Lord said to me, Danny, prepare my people around the world for my soon return. And Christian Communities was born. At exactly the same time, I received visions and dreams from our Lord. And I saw communities of Christians sticking together, surviving together in different places all around the world. The whole world, man, in different countries, everywhere. In some of these communities, I saw 20, 30 people, others 50 to 100, other thousands of Christians, you know, surviving it. I saw them walking together. I remember one dream that I had vividly, man. I was walking up a cliff. This is real, mate. I had this as a real dream, you know. Please pray about it, you know. I was walking up a cliff and I was walking and I was tired. And I was walking, and to the left of me, right, was where the ocean used to be. We're talking about a normal beach with the sea coming in and out, you know. The sea was gone. I don't know where it is gone, but it was gone. And it was like looking out onto a desert, you know. It was just the strangest thing, man. And we were walking up these cliffs and the sea was gone. It was darkness. And I remember in the dream I stopped, I turned around and I saw thousands and thousands of people. They were Christians. And they were all walking up this hill and they were tired and their clothes were ragged and they looked fed up and down, but they had perseverance and they kept walking, all right? That was a vision, that was a dream of a Christian community on the move there, right? I saw another one. There were these Christians like in this cave and you could hear the screams of the people who weren't saved in the city. Like, you know, there was a city nearby as destruction was taking place, you know. But we were safe together. I saw like another vision of like these Christians camped up on a field, and I saw like angels surrounding them, man. This stuff is powerful stuff, man. I'm not even kidding you, man. Powerful stuff, you know. And so our Lord showed me like a vision or analogy of Christians with their suitcases packed, and they were at like an airport, and I saw them waiting there together, and they were waiting for a plane to come in. This is an analogy, okay? And I saw this aeroplane come in, it landed, they got on the aeroplane, and it flew off again. This is the analogy of the communities. We as real people in a real community, surviving off-grid together, we are waiting on our Lord Jesus' soon return. We're not going to be a part of this Antichrist system or the destruction in the end of days, you know. We will be safe in a community off-grid together, okay? And we're waiting on our Lord Jesus' return, like an aeroplane coming in, picking you up and flying off. Our Lord will come back for us, and he will rapture us, take us up in the air to heaven, you know? Yeah, serious stuff, mate. Serious stuff. I saw, in the recent year or so, I saw like a vision/dream of Christians meeting underground, you know, and meeting in like caves and stuff to have fellowship and to pray. Well, it's getting more evident all the time, man. Look, again, coronavirus. Churches, can we meet in churches? We're not allowed to meet in any more than 6 at the moment in the UK. I don't know how it is where you are, but if you're in the UK, then you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Seriously, mate. Right? So, you know, our Lord told me, prepare my people around the world for my soon return. I saw communities of Christians all the way around the world. Okay? We set up the Christian communities on Facebook. we have a team of admins: Jenny Rose, Debbie Taylor, Ruth, myself. And then we used to have community leaders down onto every community, but that we sort of stopped that. But I'd like to bring that back. So if you'd like to be a leader of your community, feel free to volunteer on the main page, Christian Communities World Safe Locations, and we'll put community leaders back in place again. So basically, what a community is at the moment, and also again, like I'll share more with you what our Lord shared with me. Like at the moment, so we have Facebook. Now we use Facebook because it's the most recognised social media platform. I know that some people have their personal don't like it business about it, but it is. It's the most recognised social media platform, very easy to use, millions of people on it across the world. Okay, so we have a group on there, Christian Communities World Safe Locations. It's the main central hub for all the communities. Off of that main page, we then have countries: America, UK, Canada, Australia, you know, Japan, Malaysia, you know, and we're Switzerland, I think it is, and we're extending all the time and building, adding more countries on. And then from the country, so that the country you live in, I live in the UK, you may live in America or somewhere else. Once you go on the main central page, you click on the write in, join the country you live in, and then when you click on the write in again, and I'll do another video on this, but I'm just explaining it today, you then come up with a list of safe locations, the names of areas. So like America, we have 15 or 16 safe locations, which are also communities. And so you would scroll through the list to find the one that is the closest to you. There's no point being in Australia, because we had this problem when we first set up the communities, because when destruction happens, how are you going to get to Australia if you live in America? It's just not possible, mate. So we've got to be practical about it. You know, it's all about your safe location and your location being the closest to you. Another thing that I need to point out, and I've pointed out many times in the past, you know, a lot of people were like, well, why can't I have my safe location on my doorstep? Well, you know, we've got to work it all out according to what disaster potentially could happen. See, a tsunami is not going to move out the way of you. You need to move out the way of it. Now, how can you move out the way of a tsunami? Well, you've got to be high, basically. Now, one of the dreams, our Lord showed me a tsunami between 800 feet and 1,000 foot. In the dream, there was a load of us running up the hill, and we were trying to set up like a tent, and this man in our dream kept saying, no, 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 higher, higher. So we went even higher up this mountain, went to set up a camp, and this man said, no, higher, the wave will come through here. You know, like we're here, the wave will come through. You know, like, that's how big the wave was, man. And we kept going up this mountain, and eventually the man turned around and said, here is okay, you'll be safe here, you know. I didn't know it in the dream, but at the end of the dream, when I prayed about it, I believed that man was our Lord. Serious stuff. Serious stuff. So all communities, by default, have the same format. Every single safe location needs to be at a minimum of 1,000 feet above sea level. This is because of tsunamis in the end, okay? Minimum. When you get up 2, 3, 4, 5,000 feet up above sea level, ideal. Minimum of 1,000 feet. So like the UK, for example, some people may say, well, why can't we have a safe location here? The UK is all low-lying ground. You know, we're about 200 feet above sea level in most parts of the UK. You know, we really need to get up high. So for the people in the UK, Wales and Scotland is our only place we can go. So we're talking about a huge part of the United Kingdom, England basically, will be under the water when the tsunami comes. No one in England will be safe unless they can get 1,000 feet above sea level, which is why the UK only has like 2 locations, Scotland, Wales. Simple as that. So that's tsunami. And then we've got to look at vegetation and how we could survive off grid. We need forest. You know, forest gives us shelter from wildlife. It gives us shelter from other people. It gives us shelter from the elements, from the wind, the rain, and all the rest of it. We can also build shelters out of the forest. We can make fires out of the forest. So the location needs to be 1,000 feet above sea level with a forest, a reliable water source. We will learn skills such as how to filtrate water and purify it. I'm doing a survival guide at the moment for the Christian communities. It's a complete walkthrough. It tells you everything you need to know Christian communities, the vision for the communities, how we will work together, how we will survive, how we will prepare, how we get through natural disasters and all sorts of disasters. Everything will be in that survival guide. It's still in editing at the moment, but I hope that I can get this to you before Christmas this year. That is the plan at the moment. Bobby's working really hard at editing it. All right. So don't stress yourself and don't worry too much. Everything you need to know will be in that guide. But in the meantime, work together with others and prepare. So, safe location, minimum of 1,000 feet above sea level, reliable water source, forest, vegetation, wildlife. These are the things that we need. So that's the actual safe location. So it will have its own name and its own page. So you join the central hub, which is ccwsl, Christian Communities, World Safe Locations. Going onto your country page, whichever country you live in. From there you go onto your own community, so you find the safe location that is the nearest to you, join that group, and then you request to be added to the private chat group. So for my actual safe location, I'm a part of a community. We call it a community. That is the digital chat group. So you then familiarise yourself with that safe location. This is really important. You join others within your digital chat group, a part of your same location and community, same country. Meet up with each other at your location, familiarise yourself with it, and very, very important, pray about it, okay? We find locations for you, okay? But you really need to pray about it and familiarise yourself with it, okay? But really pray about it, because our Lord may lead you to somewhere else, you know? So it's really important. But if you feel that it's safe and you've prayed about it as a community, then you need to start setting plans in place, right? Yeah. So it's, you know, don't focus on the whole world, you know, with different communities all the way around the world. You need to focus on your own location and your community and get to know other people within your private chat group. And so what you're doing is you're preparing for disaster situation. Our Lord showed me a vision of different communities around the world going into full-blown survival at different times to other communities. This will all depend on where you live in the world and what sort of destruction happens. See, for example, if there was a tsunami on the west coast of the USA, that's not going to affect people on the east coast, is it? But on the west coast, you would have to bug out to your safe location and look after each other. But on the east coast, you wouldn't need to, because you're on the other side of the country. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why different communities will go into full-blown survival at different times to other communities. So yeah, so the communities are set up. This is a real Christian ministry, a real Christian organisation. It's all free. You don't have to pay anything to be a part of these communities, man. Right? Just work together, okay? And put plans in place. Basically, when natural disasters come along, right? And say if you know it's coming, like an earthquake, tsunami, you don't get any sort of warning about that. But a hurricane, you will. and if it's, or the fires, for example. And I also say have multiple safe locations planned, all right? That's also in the survival guide, just in case there is a disaster going on at your safe location, for example, a fire, you know, so then you flee to another location. You know, but it's all about us sticking together as community. You know, locations can move. You can, you know, I've seen a lot of dreams of Christians on the run. You know, visions and dreams, Christians on the run from A to B to A to B, like all over the show, like, you know. Locations can change, but what's important is that we stick together as Christians in these end times. So, yeah, if a disaster comes and things are still relatively normal like they are now, I mean, I know this is going on, the whole coronavirus thing, but, you know, we can flee to a safe location, look after each other, get through it, and then return back to whatever's left. When the mark of the beast is along, as like a world law, we won't be able to return back anywhere. All Christians worldwide will be forced off grid. Important. I mean, really important that you understand this. This is why these communities are here. Matthew 24. Read Matthew 24. Read Revelation. Read about the mark of the beast and the Antichrist. We will not be able to buy or sell. If you can't buy or sell, you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your mortgage, you can't pay for your fuel for your vehicle, you cannot buy food, you cannot buy water, you cannot sell anything, you will not be able to do anything, you will become like the Stone Age, homeless. This is what these communities are here for. And I don't think people really understand the magnitude of these communities. They did not come from me. They came from our Lord. You know, seriously. You can see that these times are coming so rapidly, so quickly at us, man. The mark of the beast is already here, the RFID chip. It's going in people's right hands and in their foreheads. It's only a matter of time until that's made a world law. You know, they're trying to make the world go cashless. Cashless because they say COVID-19 can get on your money and stuff, you know. And you can see where that's leading to, can't you? Soon it will be the mark of the beast. You know what I mean? So everything's gearing up, ready for it. So it's really important that we are prepared. And that's why we have these Christian communities. So, you know, familiarise yourself with a location and get to know others within your community. Not only are we preparing for disasters of many kinds, but we are preparing for the time of the Antichrist, when none of us will be able to buy or sell and we'll be forced off grid. Now, how these camps will look, they're camps, they're Christian camps. You know, the way you've got to sort of plan it is as if you're going camping long term, you know. So know how to survive in a camping sort of environment, how to build your shelter, or what kind of shelter you're going to have, RV, camper van, trailer, all that sort of thing, you know, your clothing, you know, and learn how to live off the land, eating the animals, catching, killing, butchering, cooking, eating, purifying water, filtrating and purifying water, you know, and working together, running everything as a camp. You know, the healthy look after the sick, the strong look after the weak, the young look after the old, and also, I suppose, if they're really young, then parents look after their kids. You know what I mean? Working together as Christians, spending time in fellowship and prayer together every day. Look, I'm really sorry, guys, but this stuff is really coming and it's real, okay? But, you know, not only has our Lord warned us of what is coming, but our Lord has given us the communities so that we can stick together and work together, right? So that's what Christian communities is all about. It came from our Lord, did not come from me. So that when destruction comes, we'll be ready. And when the mark of the beast comes, we'll be ready and we'll have somewhere to go and to survive together. And yes, my background has changed because my vehicle has moved and I'm just adding this bit on to the video that is the video, if you know what I mean. The amazement of editing. But yeah, seriously. Yeah, so please guys, share this video with as many Christians as you possibly can. We need to get the word out about these communities. These communities are for all of us. This is all about your future, your loved ones' futures. You know, we have got to take this seriously, man. Really, really seriously. It's really imperative. Get the word out about these communities. Alright? Let's work together, stick together, and when the time comes, bug out and survive together. We will get each other through this. Alright? If you're not already a part of the Christian communities, click on the description below, and in the first link is the link to Christian communities. Click on there and request to join. Happy days. If I've mentioned any Bible verses, please look them up exactly as they are. If I've quoted any, I've quoted it from my memory and may have quoted it wrong. So again, like I say, please look it up exactly as it is for yourself in the Bible. Please pray about this video and pray about everything that I've shared with you in this video today. Alright guys, I love you guys. You be safe. See you again soon. Bye-bye.